Season 2 wrapped almost 2 months ago. The theories are still flying, the discussions haven't stopped, and a lot of fans are still walking away with more questions than answers. Because Wednesday doesn't hand you everything on a plate. It respects your intelligence, it builds layers, and when a show does that, the questions get deeper. So today we're answering the 5 biggest questions fans are still asking. Not theories, not guesswork, just what the show actually told us and what it's building toward. Because if you're confused about what happened to Enid, whether Wednesday is actually changing, or why Season 2 felt different, you're not alone. These are the questions everyone's asking. I'm Raphael CG, this is Wednesday Universe. Let's break it down. Let's start with the one that's splitting the fandom in half. Is Wednesday Addams actually changing as a person? Because here's what's wild. If you weren't paying attention, you might have missed it. But Season 2 is basically a slow burn transformation arc disguised as a mystery show. Think about it. Season 1, Wednesday would have never cared if Enid got hurt. She would have solved the case, walked away, and moved on to the next disaster. But Season 2, when Enid transforms into a wolf to save her, when Enid digs her out of that grave with her own claws, Wednesday doesn't just say thank you and move on. She refuses to leave her behind. She goes to Canada with Uncle Fester and Thing to bring her back. And it's not just Enid. Look at how she treats Tyler when she finds out he's been institutionalized. Season 1, Wednesday would have written him off as a monster and never looked back. But Season 2, Wednesday actually listens when he explains what happened. She doesn't forgive him, but she doesn't dismiss him either. Here's what a lot of fans noticed. Wednesday shows more empathy in Season 2, but she never acknowledges it. She doesn't sit down and have some big emotional realization. She never says she cares. She just does, and that's the point. That's the most Wednesday way to change. Because the whole point of her character is that emotions don't make you weak, and Wednesday's been fighting that her entire life. Season 2 is the first time she stops fighting. But here's the catch. If Wednesday keeps changing, does she stop being Wednesday? That's the question Season 3 has to answer. Because the more she opens up, the more she risks losing what makes her, her. So, let's talk about the question everyone's screaming about. What is actually happening to Enid? She transformed to save Wednesday. She dug her out of the grave, and then she couldn't turn back. The full moon locked her in wolf form, and now she's alone in the Canadian wilderness. The producers confirmed she'll stay a wolf for a significant part of Season 3. But here's what fans are asking. Is this permanent? The show's been setting this up since Season 1. Remember what Isadora Capri said. If a young alpha loses control under the full moon, they might never return. The wolf consumes them. That wasn't a metaphor, that was foreshadowing. Enid's not just stuck. She's transforming in a way that goes deeper than fur and claws. She's becoming the predator she was always afraid of. Here's what people are missing. Enid's arc has always been about authenticity. She spent Season 1 pretending to be happy, pretending to fit in, pretending she wasn't broken. Season 2 forced her to stop pretending. And now, she's not pretending at all. She's pure instinct, pure survival, the most honest version of herself she's ever been. So when Wednesday finally finds her, and she will, the question isn't, can we turn her back? The question is, does she want to come back? Because what if being a wolf feels more real than being human ever did? What if the part of Enid that always dimmed herself down, always performed for others, always tried to be what her mom wanted? What if that part is finally gone? That's terrifying, which probably means that's exactly where Season 3 is heading. Emma Myers isn't leaving the show, but Enid, she might not be the same person when she returns. Here's the question a lot of fans are asking, and it's valid. Why did Season 2 feel so different from Season 1? Some people loved it. Some people thought it was confusing. Some people said it felt slower, harder to follow, less focused. And here's the thing. Season 2 was different, but not in a bad way. It was different because it had to be. Season 1 was a mystery. It was tight, linear, focused. Wednesday arrives at Nevermore, solves a murder, stops a monster, saves the school. Clean structure, clear villain, easy to follow. Season 2, it's not a mystery, it's mythology. The show's not solving one case anymore, it's building a universe. And that means juggling multiple storylines at once. Enid's transformation, Tyler's redemption, Ophelia's imprisonment, Grandmama's secrets, the spin-off setup. It's not slower, it's layered. That's what happens when a show evolves. Season 1 was about Wednesday the detective. Season 2 was about the Addams, about family, identity, legacy, all the messy, complicated stuff that doesn't fit into 8 neat episodes. Plus, let's be real, Season 2 dropped in 2 parts. That messes with the pacing. You watch part 1, wait weeks, then watch part 2. And by then, you've forgotten half the details. That's not the show's fault. That's just how Netflix released it. So if you felt confused, that's normal. Season 2 was designed to be rewatched. It's the kind of season that gets better the second time through, when you know where everything's going. But here's what matters. Season 2 set up everything Season 3 needs. And when Season 3 drops, all these threads are going to snap together. And hey, if you're still here, quick favor, hit that like button. It helps more than you think, and honestly, it's the only reason YouTube doesn't bury these videos. Takes 1 second. So, let's get into the most divisive question of all. What is actually going on with Wednesday and romance? Because here's where it gets interesting. The writers keep pushing romance into the story, like Enid and Bruno in Season 2. Tyler, Xavier, maybe new characters on the way. They keep trying to give Wednesday a love interest, but Jenna Ortega, she's playing Wednesday like she's one bad day away from throwing every single one of them out a window. Jenna said it herself in interviews. She doesn't think Wednesday is interested in romance. Not now, maybe not ever. And when you watch her performance, that's exactly what you see. She's not playing someone secretly in love. She's playing someone who tolerates people. Look at Tyler. The writers want you to believe Wednesday might still have feelings for him, but Jenna plays every Tyler scene like she's analyzing an experiment. No warmth, no longing, just cold calculation. Here's what fans are frustrated about. The show keeps telling us Wednesday's into these guys, but the character herself never acts like it. And that creates confusion, because if you're watching the performance, Wednesday doesn't care. But if you're following the dialogue, the show says she does. So which one is it? I think Jenna's right. Wednesday doesn't need a love interest. She needs people who understand her without trying to change her. Like Thing, like Uncle Fester, like Enid. Someone who's weird in a different way, but never asks Wednesday to be normal. So the real question isn't just, where is this going? It's, can Wednesday survive being who she is? Because her own family might be the ones trying to stop her. And that's where the Uncle Fester spin-off matters, because it's not just happening, it's officially confirmed. Fred Armisen announced it himself. Netflix is developing it right now. And here's why that's huge. Netflix doesn't usually do this. They wait until a show's ending before spinning off. Look at Stranger Things spin-off rumors only started when the main series approached its finale. But with Wednesday, they're expanding mid-run. That's not just a spin-off. That's Netflix saying this is a universe. And Fester's the perfect character to explore, because if you watched season 2 closely, Fester wasn't just comic relief, he was the one Morticia trusted with the family's secret. She asked him to infiltrate Willow Hill and find out what happened to Ophelia. He went in. He came back empty-handed. He said she'd vanished without a trace. But here's the thing, what if Fester found more than he admitted? What if the silence was the secret? That's what this spin-off could answer. We might finally see that mission from Fester's perspective, what he really discovered, who he encountered, what he chose not to tell Morticia, and the timing matters. If this spin-off drops alongside season 3, which is diving deeper into Adam's family mythology, it's a rare move for Netflix, expanding mid-run instead of after the finale. Uncle Fester's always been the family member most likely to cross paths with dangerous situations, underground networks, maybe even government agencies. His spin-off could introduce threats that eventually bleed into Wednesday's story. This isn't just more Wednesday content. This is franchise building. So when we ask, where is this going? The answer might not just be in season 3, it might be in what Fester's been hiding all along. Season 3 isn't just about finding Enid or redeeming Tyler. It's about family secrets, buried trauma, and whether Wednesday can stay true to herself without losing everyone she cares about. That's the endgame. And it's a much bigger story than anyone expected. Season 3 is going to answer a lot of these questions, but it's also going to ask new ones, because Wednesday doesn't do neat endings. It does mythology, it does legacy, it does the kind of storytelling that makes you rewatch everything twice just to catch what you missed. So, drop your theories in the comments. Which question are you most excited to see answered in season 3? And if you want more breakdowns, more theories, more deep dives into everything Wednesday, that video on your screen has everything you need. Click it. I'll see you in a few seconds.